we have 5 children.
Our oldest son was murdered in a junkyard.
I used to have a bad opiate addiction, and I left because I would have done something crazy. That is pure evil. Pure evil.
Former lawyer, mayor, and talk show host. Now, he's Judge Jerry Springer. Plaintiff Maria Russell claims her ex-husband was homeless and living in the woods until she let him stay with her. She's suing for $4,200 in unpaid rent. Defendant James Russell claims his ex is a psycho who took his Social Security money. So he says he owes her nothing.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Najee.
This is case number 101 on the docket, Russell versus Russell.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Judge.
And welcome to both of you. I see we have here the plaintiff, Maria Russell. You are suing your ex-husband, James Russell, for $4,200 for what you say is unpaid rent. Okay, Maria, what is your case?
Well, Your Honor, my ex-husband owes me money, and I thought that he would pay it when he said he would pay it 4 years ago, but he's never paid it, and he makes a pretty good chunk of change, and I have to come here in front of you to get him to pay it because he won't pay it.
First of all, we're dealing with somebody with 7 different personalities. I don't know if you've seen the movie Sybil, but that's Sybil right there, okay?
Okay, I'll change the name here to Sybil.
There you go. She says she's psychic, but she's psychotic, okay?
Tell me about how he owes you the money.
Well, we were married 27 years, and we have 7 children, mine, his, and ours.
No, we have 5 children. 2 of the children are from somebody else.
Well, he's always been a dad to all of them. And he calls, the other ones call him Daddy Jim, too. So anyways, I've always trusted him to do what he said he was going to do. He's always kept his word with everything. We were married 27 years, like I said. We've had some bumps in the roads. Our oldest son was murdered. His name was Eric. He was murdered in a junkyard. And so there was a lot of publicity around it. It caused a lot of turmoil in our marriage, him dying. We both went our separate ways. I had decided to go with someone else, and we ended up in divorce long time later. But, you know, we stayed married, but we ended up in divorce. He was out of a place to live. He was living on the streets. So he came to me and asked me if he could come to the house and live. I have 3 babies' daddies. I already had 2 of them living at my house, and he asked if he could stay. He was living in the woods. I said yes, because he wasn't feeling well. So he came and moved in. He was there, and he was sick while he was there, so he wasn't able to do a lot. He was trying to get his disability.
Wait, how many people did you have living in your home?
Oh, probably, let's see, the 3 dads at any given time, and the 5 kids, because we had 5 then. And then sometimes his girlfriend, his fiance, and sometimes my boyfriend's wife, which they weren't divorced either. She just recently passed, so she was a widow. He's a widow now.
Have you ever thought of having a reality show?
They've actually followed us, honest to God, for 3 years in a row. They followed us and wanted to do a reality show with us. But I was afraid I'd go to jail because at given times, you know, I get a little, because they gang up on me. So I have to defend myself, and when a rat's back to the corner, you know, you gotta.
Always the victim.
Up next on Judge Jerry.
I went on a strip club, tell you what, we're dealing with somebody with 7 different personalities. I don't know if you've seen the movie Sybil, but that's Sybil right there.
I'll
she
change
says
the
she's
name
a psychic.
here to Sybil. You had these people living in your house, including your ex-husband here, the defendant, James, and you're saying that while James was there, you're saying he was supposed to pay rent.
Yes.
And
it
what
was
was
$700.
the rent?
Yes.
Yeah, $700. So now let me hear from you, James.
Okay, let me tell you what. I went to Chicago last year, And
Yeah.
she called my ex-son-in-law and told him that I was a pedophile and I was gonna kidnap the grandkids, and I couldn't see my grandkids, and I left Chicago early because I would have done something crazy. I used to have a bad opiate addiction. I've been off the opiates, you know, and she stepped out on me. I had custody of the house. I had custody of the kids. Then I was gonna win the case, and she said that, well, he might not be the biological father of two of the children. So I took a test. And when I found out I wasn't the biological father, even though I was the legal father, she knew that would push my buttons, and that's when I left. I went on a strip club tour of Florida.
Okay,
Anyway-
whoa. You went on a strip club tour of Florida.
Yeah.
Wow,
why
is
not?
that like a 1 week trip, like a cruise, or what?
Oh man, no, that's an enjoyable time. If you ever get some time off, I'll take you on one, Jerry.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay.
But anyway, as
Okay.
far as the kids,
Yeah, let's go back to
as far as the kids, she knew that by me finding out that would just push. So I just let her move back in the house, and I just said to hell with the divorce, and you know. And I had moved back to Chicago with my oldest daughter, and in 2004, we were both supposed to show up to court. Well, the case was thrown out of court, okay, because she didn't show up to court either. Anyway,
Okay. James.
she ended up getting three of my tax returns, $4,000. She got my Social Security back pay, which was $8,000, okay? She was getting $900 for my Social Security from 2011 to 2018 till my youngest daughter turned 18. So
Okay,
I felt
let me
I didn't owe her no money.
Let me
I
just,
didn't owe her no money.
James, let me just understand what you just said so I get this right. What do you mean that she got these, the Social Security check? This was a check that was made out to you?
Because the child support in Florida messed up, the case was thrown out in 2004. So
Okay,
she
I'm
was
not-
getting my
okay.
tax returns, and she got my Social Security back pay because child support thought I owed her that money, and I investigated into it, and I could have sued child support and got that money back, but I couldn't afford a lawyer at the time. They wanted the money up front. They said they had a good case.
All right. I won't go, I won't go into that case. Well, look, James, I won't go into that case. What I'm asking you is the $8,000 in Social Security. Was that a check that was written to you, or was that a check that was written to her?
It was a check that was written to her that shouldn't have been written to her.
That may be a separate issue that obviously we can't settle
my
here.
My argument is from 2011 to 2018, she was getting $900, okay? And I just needed somewhere to stay. And I figured she's getting $900 a month. That's plenty. So
Okay.
I feel I don't owe her the money, you know? To me, you're dealing with the daughter of Satan. Who calls up your ex-son-in-law and says that I'm a pedophile and not to let me get the grandkids and I'm going to kidnap them? That is pure evil. Pure evil.
That's not true, Judge.
I agree.
That is very true.
Okay.
She's lying under oath. She's lying under oath.
First of all, I didn't know Satan had any children. But
he does.
But beyond that, yeah, okay.
Next on Judge Jerry.
Dealing with the daughter of Satan. That is pure evil. Pure evil.
That's not true, Judge.
That is very true. Lying under oath.
First of all, I didn't know Satan had any children.
He does.
This is what I have to deal with because you're raising issues, and honestly, James, I'm not.
Also, I want my
dealing with it.
listen. If you look on the second page of the divorce decree, she was supposed to take my loan off my name off the loan of the house. I quit claim the house to her, so she could have a place for cheap mortgage. Okay. She has never taken my name off of the loan.
Maria, why didn't you take his name off the loan? Do you still owe money on the house?
Because I have been sick. Yeah, I owe $30,000. I've been sick. I am trying to get disability. I haven't worked for 3 years. I can't even get a mortgage right now.
There we go. There, turn the tears on like a faucet. She can do that.
Okay, but hold on. Why is his name still on the loan?
Because the judge
he gave
asked
you
him to leave it. The judge asked him to leave it. He gave me
No,
the
the judge did not ask me
He
to
gave-
leave it. It says
No.
It says right in the paperwork she has a certain amount of time to get it. Actually, all I want is my name taken off the loan, and I want my record albums. I want my
And
Ted
Judge,
Nugent
this
albums,
isn't even
my
the case about
AC/DC
the house
albums.
or anything else. It's about the money
All
he
right.
owes me.
Wait a second. What is this with record albums?
Well, it says here the equitable stuff in the house was supposed to be split up. I don't want no furniture or nothing. I want my damn albums, all my Ted Nugent albums, all my AC/DC albums.
Okay.
My name taken and my name taken off the loan so I can buy a house
Okay.
because it's got my credit screwed up.
I think he has. All right. I think he has an argument saying that the name ought to be taken off that because you're stopping him from being able to have the credit to buy a home. That's unfair, Maria.
Well, I've
mean,
been
that-
paying on time until this pandemic. And since,
I'm not saying
the
you're not
pandemic,
paying on time. I'm saying why is his name on the loan? It's not his house. He doesn't live there. He quit claimed the house to you. It's your
Right.
house. Why
And I
is
did
he
a
involved in
modification,
this?
and I told them that my husband and I are no longer married, that he has nothing to do with it on my modification. I did the modification. He says, they said that he was going to stay on it, but he's not on it. I don't know.
My name is
have-
still on the loan of that house.
So I'm not sure. But I did a
Well, if
modification,
someone
and I
could
did
con-
not have to use his signature. His signature
Okay.
was not included in the modification. So I'm not
Okay,
sure how that,
that
works,
issue-
but I just did a modification.
That issue, all right, I'll tell you. That issue, and I'll say that to James and Maria, that issue has to be settled in family court. Okay? I'm not saying you don't have a case, James. I'm not saying you don't have a right to have that name taken off, but we don't, this court doesn't have the authority to do that. I'm saying that
Okay.
has to be settled in family court, okay?
Up next on Judge Jerry.
To take my name off the loan of the house.
I am trying to get disability. I haven't worked for 3 years. I can't even get a mortgage right
There we
now.
go. There, turn the tears on like a faucet. She can do that.
Okay,
Yes, I have evidence. Exhibit A, if you'd like to take it and take a look at it. It's
Yes.
a signed contract with James and I, and my girlfriend actually signed it. She was a witness to our speaking, and she signed it.
okay, yeah, I have it here. Let me read it.
Okay.
And this is signed on August the 3rd of 2016.
Yes, sir.
It says, to whom it may concern, I, James Russell, owe Maria Herman Russell $3,600. I actually owe her $4,200, but she gave me a $700 break. This is money I owed her for staying with her at a rate of $700 per month. I never paid anything. I stayed October 2016 until May 2016. Well, that's not possible. You stayed backwards? You stayed from October until May. You can go back in time? Okay. You probably meant from May 16 to October 2016. I plan on
Yes.
paying her. I stayed at her house at, and there's the address, signed, James P. Russell and Maria, you signed it. Is the
Isn't that
okay,
supposed
so
to be
this is-
notarized? Isn't that supposed to be notarized?
Oh, come on. You're not denying that this is your signature.
No, I'm
okay?
not denying
Come
it.
on.
I'm not denying it.
Okay,
All
so
right.
so
Wanna
let's
give me-
let's just say that you agreed to it, okay? Let's take this, let's stipulate to this now that we've seen this, that you back then, there may be other things that happened in the interim, but back then you clearly agreed to pay her $700 a month. You admitted that you had not paid her $700 a month. But here, Maria, you have sued for $4,200, but here you agreed that it's only $3,600 because you signed a release which said that you forgave him $700 of it. So I'm going to
Well, what
say
it
that
was-
this
2 years
lawsuit-
ago it was $5,200.
Okay,
It
well,
goes
right
up
now,
all the
I'm
time,
just going
even though
by
I'm not
this.
living there.
Okay, I'm just going by this document right now.
All right,
so
Your
so
Honor.
far, we have a lawsuit for $3,600 is what she's suing for, and saying you okay.
Hey.
So the only issue that I have left is whether or not this $3,600 is owed. There's no question that Maria was getting money from you in terms of the Social Security, in terms of the other benefits that were coming. I get that. But even while that was going on, this $900 a month, while that was going on, because it started, you said, in 2011 or 2013, even while that was going on, you in 2016 decided to sign this agreement. Under the law, I've got to enforce this agreement. You may have other causes of action against her to get some of the money that you think is duly owed you, and I'm not ruling on that. But on what is signed by you is that you would pay her $3,600. It's a solid contract. I have fined for the plaintiff in the sum of $3,600.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She's just all about money. That's all she is. She's all about money.
I would have rather had the $4,200 because he told me he'd pay that later. He was supposed to give all that money to me up front.
My fiance had passed away from heart failure because she was born with a hole in her heart. And I had mediation with Maria 2 days later, and my fiance's name was brought up, and right in front of the mediator, Maria said, "I'm glad she's dead."
Any person that has a brain would know that all you need is 2 signatures in a day. You don't need it to be notarized.
She is so crazy. She thinks that we should get remarried and see other people and say, you know, I mean, come on. That's just crazy.